Welcome to Regular Achievers Educational Limited presenting Royal Tutors, your trusted support for brain-friendly, high-impact learning. Today we'll be walking you through our GCSE paper Language 1, guiding you step by step through each question, showing you what examiners are looking for and sharing smart techniques to secure top grades. Let's dive in and unlock your potential one exam question at a time. Today we'll be looking at paper 1, language paper 1 question 2. It's a language analysis paper and it's 8 marks. You require 10 minutes to answer this question. It's your test for AO2, that is your assessment objective 2, and it tests your ability to analyze or to show the use of language for effect. Now, for this paper, there are no changes at all. It is still focused on analyzing the language. Now, your test of objective 2, that is your assessment objective 2. What is it all about? Now, your AO2, it's your ability to explain, comment, and to analyze how writers use language to achieve effect and influence the reader. Focusing on analyzing language, not retelling events. Examine specific words or phrase and identify techniques and explains their effect. Common mistakes to avoid are retelling events instead of analyzing words, listing techniques without explaining their effect, quoting too much or writing too generally, choosing long quotes with no breakdown, using vague terms like "this is effective" without explanation. What are the examiner looking for? Since it is an ability to explain, comment on analysis, the examiner is looking for a detailed analysis of specific language choice, understanding of writer's intentions and techniques, explaining or explanation of effects on the reader. Now, tips to get grade 9 or 7 to 9 in this question is that you use the pre-sale paragraph structure. Now, the pre-sale paragraph structure helps you to analyze in-depthly question 2, meeting the requirements of the marking scheme. Now, also linking each technique to a reader's effect will help you also get a grade 9, 7 to 9. Then focusing on effects on the reader, writing about 3 key quotes in depth, zooming in on individual words for detailed analysis. Now let's go into the question proper. Read again line 1 to 6 of the source. How does the writer use language in this part of the text to describe Elsie's departure and the setting? You could include the writer's choice of word and phrase, language features and techniques, sentence form. Now, when we're talking about word and phrase, we're talking about the noun, verb, adjectives, and adverb. When you're talking about language techniques, you're talking about your simile, metaphor, hyperbole, personification, and the rest. Now, this is a 8 marker, and we have said we're going to be writing with the pre-sale paragraph structure, and you're expected to write 2 paragraphs. Now, this is the extract. The sun had barely risen when Elsie stepped out of the cottage. Her boots crunched the frost-bitten leaves that littered the path. The world was silent, cloaked in a mist that blurred the tree, and there was giving everything a dreamlike quality. She clutched her suitcase tightly. This was no original work. Or, I beg your pardon, this was no ordinary work. It was a farewell to the only home she had ever known. She paused at the gate, glancing back at the ivy-covered wall. The window to her room was still ajar. A wisp of cotton moved faintly, as if waving her goodbye. For a moment she thought of running back inside, but the low call of the station bell echoed faintly across the valley. She took a deep breath and stepped out onto the lane. The road twisted through field that had been in her family for generations. Now, the pretzel paragraph, what does it stand for? The point is that you should make a clear statement about the writer's intention. The reference is that you should make quotes relevant to your evidence. Then the techniques is that you should identify the language techniques used. Then the effect is that you should explain the effect on the techniques. Then the zoom in, which means you should zoom in on any of the word or phrases, I beg your pardon, okay, is to focus on specific word or phrases, like I said. So you focus on one specific word or phrase. Now for the effects, the next effect is for you to explain the effect on the zooming. Then the link is that you should link back to your point. Link it back to your point. Now let's go. Now for the line 1 to 6 that we read, it goes, the pretzel paragraph for paragraph 1 goes like this. The writer creates a still, mysterious atmosphere to reflect Elsie's uncertainty. The word was silent, which is the reference, cloaked in a mist. Then the techniques. The metaphor conveys secrecy and concealment. Then for the explanation of the effects of the techniques, cloak suggests the mist covers and hides the landscape. Then the zooming on one of the word or phrase, and we're zooming on the word silence, amplifies the stillness, invoking suspense. Then the other effect is the explanation of the effect of the zooming. This shows the emotional heaviness of the picture. Then linking back to your point is thoughts. Atmosphere mirrors Elsie's emotional state. Now let's move to the second paragraph. The writer highlights emotional weight through symbolic language. This was no ordinary work. It was a farewell to the only home she had ever known. Now, this is a direct statement creating emphasis, making the reader sense loss and the gravity of the moment. Then let's zoom in. Zooming on only home heightens the sense of unique attachment to a home. This underline why the moment is bittersweet, oxymoron. Then let's link it back to a point. Together, this choice make the departure from home poignant. That is, it makes it sad. Now, in conclusion for question 2, for you to get high marks required zooming in on individual words and linking them to meaning and emotions. Now we've come to the end of question number 2, paper 1. I hope you had a great time listening and also reading along. Now, for further information, contact Regular Achievers Educational Limited. Until next time, see you soon and bye for now. Thank you.